Well, hello, welcome to an unscheduled Melon Slices. I've actually interrupted putting together the latest Melon Slices video because I just spotted, it's one of my favourite things ever, that they've introduced a new feature, and this one is actually pretty amazing. So essentially, as you'll see in all of my previous videos, I mentioned that there are limitations to the amount of people who can guest in every stream. Now, for the free option, that is just you and one other. In the standard option, that is up to 6 people, and in the pro version, that goes all the way up to 9. Now, the industry standard is around 9 plus yourself, but Melon have just rolled out a brand new feature which takes the limit right off of that and boosts it up to 12. 12! That's 11 plus you, of course. And they've got a new layout to accommodate all of those people, which is 3 layers of, you guessed it, 4. Now, I can't show you what 12 looks like right now because when I'm recording this, it's actually very early in the day and everybody that I know is asleep in any case. And to be fair, I'd probably struggle to pull 12 together at the best of times. But it does work, and there is a blog post. So let's pop across and have a little look at the new feature. Do 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 be do be do 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 do. Here we go, it's live, 12 participant support. So as I've said, everywhere else, the most you can go to is about 10, including yourself. But those are for price plans that are in fact higher than Melon's in any case. So as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now good luck in managing all the overtalk and the bants. But it's a great feature because, as they noticed, and as we notice as well, shows with more people are definitely the norm and growing all the time. So let's have a quick read and see what Melon have to say about this. As a content creator, you most likely brought a guest to your stream or thought about a co-star for the live show or recording. The Melon team was closely monitoring live streaming trends, and we noticed that more and more people gather on screen together for talk shows, Q&A sessions, online panel discussions, and more. We decided to increase participants' limits for our users, so now you can have up to 12 people on screen simultaneously. That's an amazing increase. Having more guests during the show is very beneficial. Here's why. Bigger audience. This is true. The more guests you have, the more of their fans and supporters are likely to come across as well. That's why it's a really good idea to have guests. And of course, they tweet out and promote it. They're quite keen to let people know where they are. Engagement. So your guests will share different points of view. Well, that's true. And as I've said, the only issue you're going to have is managing all those voices. It's probably a good idea to agree some kind of a format before you go live, just so that people know it's good manners not to be the one that hogs the mic. And fun. It's very common to have more casual and relaxed vibe during shows like this. Also, as somebody who largely does this kind of a show, what it also allows you is a bit of time out as the host to gather your thoughts or run down your show notes or quickly pull up a screen to share, because you can offload the discussion to someone else, one of your guests. And of course, the more of them there are, the less work you need to put in terms of being front and center. So it's really simple. Nothing's changed in terms of functionality. You go into the studio, you click on Invite Guest, and you keep clicking Invite Guests until you fill it up. And as you can see on this here, it looks exactly the same. At the very top, it shows you how many people you have. The only thing that you will want to make sure, if we switch back to the studio, is that in settings, you have TTS on join switched on. So that's essentially a little voice, a little female voice that tells you when you have a new guest. And the reason for that is that as this fills up with 12 folk, they're going to disappear down here through the column. So you won't necessarily spot when somebody new joins. So having that on does give you a bit of an indication of when somebody joins. Of course, if they're all chatting and shouting, you may not hear it, so you will want to keep an ear out for that. And it's probably a good idea from time to time to just take your mouse over to the guests column and scroll up and down just to make sure you've not lost anybody, particularly if you're expecting someone and they haven't arrived yet. So that's a great new feature. As it just says here, if you're on the standard subscription, so that's the middle tier, free and pro being the ones either side, it will let you have up to 6 participants in a waiting room and on screen, including yourself. If you've subscribed to the pro plan, which is the one I strongly recommend you subscribe to, if only to get 1080p, your participants' amount will automatically increase till 12 folks in a waiting room and on screen in total, including yourself. So bear that in mind. You are one of the 12, so don't go inviting 12 people and upsetting the 12th, because they won't be able to come in unless you jump out, and that ain't going to work, is it? There's only one layout at the moment, as they've said, and if we scroll back up here, we can see what that looks like. And it looks awesome, to be fair. I don't think you could want much more than that, and I honestly don't think that there's a great benefit in them doing a lot less. I suppose they could bring one of these, one of the layouts in that zooms in on one panelist, but you're not going to get the other 11 around the screen very comfortably. So I can understand why that would be a bit of a problem. You can share your screen or video. It will be displayed similarly as if you had 8 or 9 participants. You can add guests before and or during the event. If you've got local recording enabled, it will record all the video and audio feeds separately. Now that actually is a heck of a lot of work for you afterwards and editing all of that stuff. But B, that's a real feat, and hat off to Melon for doing that. And of course you can drag and drop your video feeds on screen, still customize the stream by adding backgrounds, overlays, etc, etc. Have you tried it? Send us screenshots. There you go. If you do, and you will, then send them all over to support@melonapp.com. And of course they have a wonderful Twitter account as well with very friendly folk who I'm sure would love to hear from you. So there you go. New feature. I plan to do this whenever a new feature pops up. Of course, what I will also do is a more detailed video as time goes along for those of you that are new to Melon and may not have joined at the point where I got all excited about a new feature. So look out for those. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Keep loving that Melon, and I look forward to seeing all of your hard work soon online. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, as I always mention, down in the description is a link where you can get 20% off Melon Studio on your first billing cycle. That's the first month, if you're going for the monthly option, or 20% off the entire year. And that's on top of the discounts that Melon also give you for annualizing it. Have a great day. Enjoy your streaming. See you soon.